Here to show you the score. I'm here to sweep all that dust underneath the rug that's on the floor. And when I leave, I'm going to shut the door, right? It's 5:24. And we have things going down, folks. This Mars and Pluto conjunction is in its apex, right? It's going on. It's there. It's going to happen. And let's spin it all out and show you what it's about and tell you what it's all about. Okay? This is what we're going to do with my shoe. I have a little sip of my green tea. I'm going to stock up on that stuff today. That's for sure. This is what I'm going to say. Now look at this. The ship was sunk, right? And we have two charts here, folks. Yep. Putin is in a very difficult time. And why do we say this? Because Putin, look at this. We even got the launching of this ship back in 1986. And now look at this here. Where do we stick this other chart at? Is it right here? Yeah. Here's Here's Vladimir Putin right here. Now it's troubled waters. It's very troubled waters for Vald, right? Just simply because he's got that Scorpio rising at 3 degrees, right? And you can see where the ship was sunk. Right? Look at this, Capricorn. look how amazing this is on the chart here. We have Saturn, right? Saturn that rules Capricorn. Look where Saturn is. It's in the second house of Venus, right? And here's Neptune, the ruler of the sea in Pisces at 26 degrees. That magic 26 degrees number. Neptune is absolutely conjunct my moon right now. Yeah, once in a lifetime experience having Neptune conjunct your moon. Have you ever had that happen for you? And I tell you, the Father and the Divine Mother are absolutely talking to me. And look at this third house packed. Hey, we got the node in the third house. We got Chiron the wounded in the third house. And we got the moon in Aries. All these in Aries. And then here's Jupiter, the travel over the water, right? That co-ruler of Pisces. In that third house of communications and organization. And look where Uranus is. Uranus is in the fourth house of the sinking of the ship, right? Uranus is in the sinking of the ship. He's in the fourth house of Cancer, the moon, right? And look what's opposed Capricorn, but Cancer, right? Look at this. This is amazing. Amazing charts, guys. And there's Palestina in the south, in the house of Sickles, the 10th house of Capricorn, right? Look at this. This is amazing, right? And we have the empty 11th house, but that Sagittarius is all over that Uranus house, right? That Jupiter. So we always have to look where that Jupiter thing is doing, when we're looking for an empty 11th house that's ruled by Uranus, right? And Uranus is in that disruption at home, right? Holy cow. Now, this is where the sinking is. Look where the boat was actually launched. When you look at the boat was actually launched, look where the boat was launched. Who's in Aquarius? Mars at 12 degrees. So here we go. Mars is at 12 degrees and the thing was launched. And look where Mercury is. He's at 14 degrees Aquarius. Look at that. Isn't that amazing how that all lines up here? And they're both. Look at this. Isn't that amazing that it's October 30th, 1986 at 12 p.m. We could even move that chart just a little bit, but you only have to move it an hour for it to be conjunct this ascendant on the sinking of it, right? And there's that sickle house. The sickle guy, Saturn, the ruler of many sickles, there were absolutely 5 drones, that 5 number is absolutely ruled by Leo, right? Sunk, 5. Look, devotion, Gemini, right? Look at this. The devotional vista is in that 5th house. There was 5 drones that sunk that ship. Yeah. And they said that was explosions and ammunitions blowing up and fire on the horizon. You saw the story, and we've been talking about this. We want to really get a good idea what these two are together when Mars and Pluto meet up. Look at this. Putin's got some difficult times ahead of him, guys. And when we look at this chart, this is a waxing square. I mean, it will take a few years for Pluto to be perfectly squared Putin's ascendant, right? This is what we're looking at here, and that's what Putin's looking at here. I just want to show you these charts really quick here, because I even got right here, right now. We have to know the powers of these charts. I don't want to make this a very long podcast. I want to keep it to the point. That whole entire Mars and Scorpio thing. Right here, this is where we are. This is not drawn for the Crimea or anything like this, but here we are right now. And the sun's got 2 degrees. Sun's got 2 days left. He's got 2 days left in Pisces, and he's moving over. And within 4 days, he's going to be over the crossovers of Pisces, and he's going to have a meetup with Saturn. Right? Oh, is this going to be interesting to see how the sun meets up with Saturn? Yeah, this is a forecast of all forecast, because we're going to have several planets sitting in Aquarius. Mercury won't be in Aquarius for very long, maybe another week. But you have these planets right here. No one's going to catch up right now. I mean, it's these three guys in this. It's these three guys in this, because Mars is just getting started. He's past. It's February 16th now, and he's already past Pluto. Right? The conjunction is done now. Conjunction is done now that he's had his meetup with Pluto, and you can see all the news stories coming to the press here. And humanity is this sign. Humanity is one of the terms. Humanity is one of the terms that's tagged to this Aquarius sign of disruption, right? And aren't we just a bunch of we're just a bunch of chaos kickers, right? That's what humanity is. Especially with these two in here. You got the two major league gods of war in the sign of Aquarius, and is it really going to be 18 years of war? Holy cow. 19, 20 years of war? Is this what it's going to be? 20 odd years of war. Is this what it's going to be here with Pluto in this sign? Because every 2 years, Mars is going to have a meetup. And you can see right now, Mars is actually squared. Mars is absolutely squaring Putin's ascendant, right? And look where Jupiter is. Jupiter is at 9 degrees, and Jupiter is not quite opposed Putin's Venus in Scorpio, right? When we move this baby up, we're watching this, right? Jupiter is absolutely moving, but it's going to be several days. It's going to be almost all of March. He's going to be opposing, right? Jupiter is going to be opposing for most of Pisces. Jupiter is going to be opposing this 11-degree mark of Scorpio and Putin's little vault of Venus, who doesn't like it very much in Scorpio. It's a true thing, guys. It's a crazy league thing here. Now let's look at this launch here. And we can look at the launch here, and we can look at the finish, because the boat is done, right? It's under the water. Here's the launch. The hypothetical, the hypothesis, the predicted time for the launch at noon. It could have been a little later. That ascendant, and what was that ship all about? It's all about carrying all those sickles to war, right? But where is everything now? Would you look at this? Look what's going to happen, guys. Because right now, Saturn is in this sign. Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, where the borders are dissolved, and there's Jupiter. Jupiter, which is the activity of the ship moving across the water, and look where Jupiter is, right? Holy cow! I mean, look where Saturn is. Saturn is coming from behind. Saturn is the breach. Saturn is the breach in the hull that sinks the ship. The major league sickle guy, right? Right from behind. And look at this 13 degrees mark. Look at this 13 degrees mark for. Look at this 13 degrees Pisces. It's absolutely amazing, because this Pisces is actually this Jupiter in Pisces is what? Look at us where we are now. Jupiter in Pisces, and you see where Juno is. Juno, for the transits right now, Juno is, it's like so opposing this Jupiter in Pisces. Pretty wild, eh? But it's crazy how well these charts actually line up about this, right? You know, it's pretty amazing. And here the moon is right now in Gemini. Moon is in Gemini right now. It's 5:35. I drew this chart for 5:13. You know, you can see what's happening here. And my ascendant, the moon is in Gemini. It's in my first house. And here we are. This 2-degree mark. Well, where do we stick that chart? Where do we stick that chart? How organized are we? How organized are we with this? When we pull this up, look at his moon. The moon will be crossing over Vlad's natal moon in just minutes here. It's probably doing it right now. You know, in the next hour it will be doing it. And look at this. It's the moon. He's into a new lunar cycle. Yeah, the lunar cycles are growing fewer and fewer for Vlad. Holy cow! You know, we leave the world by the sword that we carry through the world, right? What is going to happen to Vlad? It's absolutely craziness when we're looking at this right here. But look, guys, and look at this. This is very interesting times here because Saturn is going to be trine his Venus very soon. Because we look where Saturn is for the sinking of this ship. We come up here in Pisces land. You know, this is the launch. Now here's the sinking, right? So Saturn will draw a trine to his Venus in the days to come here, right? It'll be like within a month or so that Saturn will cause a trine to his Venus in Pisces. So it's going to be interesting to see how Saturn, which is one of, I mean, both Venus and Saturn are both, they're two of Vlad's rulers. Because remember, Vlad's got a Saturn and Venus rulership, and he also has a Mars and Pluto rulership because he's got that Scorpio ascendant with a Libra sun, right? So those are his two ruling planets. So the Saturn transit will be working with his natal Venus in his first house of Mars. You know? Because that's very interesting for him because he's got a Scorpio rising, but that first house is still ruled by Mars. So it's like double emphasis on that Mars thing happening. His Saturn is actually exalted in his life, and you know, here he is the president, right? But it'll be very interesting. This is going to be very interesting times for him to watch, for us to watch with Vlad, because we're learning more now. I mean, the planets are absolutely moving forward. Is Uranus still in retrograde now? I mean, right now it doesn't. You know, look at this. Uranus is no longer in retrograde. I don't think there's only Juno is in retrograde right now in the entire sky. Holy cow! So everything is in full motion now. We're just waiting for that Juno to go direct. And then we'll see how the world works when everything's moving forward. Look, guys, I'm going to let you go. It's been a crazy little time. And it's been another hole in Vlad's pocket. You know, here we are. You know, Saturn. We got to look at this really quick here. It's Pisces. Where's Pisces? See, Pisces is that fourth house for Vlad, right? And here we are. We have Saturn and Neptune both moving through that fourth house, right? He's at 26 degrees, so Neptune's actually getting ready to move through Vlad's fifth house here. So we're really getting to learn how this thing's going. We have lots of people to report on, guys. There's lots of things going down. This Pluto conjunction with Mars is everywhere. We can see it in all the stories right now, and I'm going to bring them to the fore here really quick here. But I'm going to let you go. I'm going to have you look at these charts, and most importantly, you get to see this clipping here of this right here. Because look at the sun. The sun was at 6 degrees Scorpio. See the Scorpio lineup? All those Scorpio planets would be all in Vlad's what? They would be all in Vlad's first house, right? This is all Vlad's first house, all these Scorpio planets, right? So when you look at that, and then you look at the syncing, you see how, because the fourth house is a difficult time for all of us, right? It's that one. It's the first corner in the race, right, around the zodiac, right? It's that first corner, right? So that fourth house is that fourth house power, and we're seeing how much Pluto is not. I mean, remember Pluto's not home in Aquarius, right? He's the underworld guy moving through the airways of Aquarius. But look, I'll let you go. Got the charts. And you can see how it works out. I mean, when the sun's in Aquarius and all these other planets are in Aquarius, they're not really working very well with you if you are a Scorpio ascendant. Chat with you soon. I hope you got something out of the podcast. All the best to you. This is Johnny I Buy. This is Johnny I Spy over and out. I Buy, I Spy. I'm a little giggler kind of guy. Cheers.